Alright, I'm actually kind of excited for this death battle. I actually really am. Shigaraki versus Mahito. This is... As much as I like Shigaraki, I don't think he's winning against Mahito. Yeah. I would like for him to, but I don't think he's going to, yeah. I don't know much about Mahito, but I saw someone going over what would basically happen in this, and basically, if what they said is right, basically Shigaraki doesn't really have a way to put him down while Mahito does, so, yeah. But then again, I could be proven wrong, but what do I know? I'm about to find out. Regardless, I'm here for a kick-ass fight, and yeah. We're gonna see what happens, so, yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it now, shall we?
Shigaraki versus Mahito.
The symbol of fear versus...
I'm definitely gonna get some spoilers from Shigaraki, because I still haven't finished the My Hero anime yet, because I think I literally stopped watching, or like right as he got like his power up or whatever. So yeah, but whatever, I'll be fine.
The human disaster curse.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I'm rooting for Shigaraki, but I don't think he's gonna win.
Tenko Shimura was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes.
But sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly
Sadly.
beaten and abused by his hero-hating father, Tenko pushed beyond his emotional limits until he activated his inherent superpower, or quirk.
It wasn't something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally
He
killed.
had a really horrible childhood, and like just. Like, damn. And a bad family, too. And, like, that piece of and his piece of sister or whatever, too. Like, and his father, too. But, like, that piece of snitch, though, man. Like, Jesus.
Killed his whole family. Well, except for dear old dad. That one was intentional.
Oh, yeah,
Tenko
definitely.
wandered the streets alone, silently begging for someone, anyone, to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead, the only open hand he found belonged to the devil.
All for one. The greatest supervillain in history.
He took Tenko under his wing, feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him to one day lead his league of villains in destroying hero society.
With that came a new name, Tomura Shigaraki, and an absolutely nightmarish quirk, Decay.
Yep.
It does what it says on the tin. Anything Shiggy touches with all 5 fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing, if not for that dorky-ass costume. I get it, hands.
Yeah, the hands are pretty friggin' dorky, man. But I'm not gonna lie, whenever his Decay quirk evolved when he was fighting basically Dr. Doofenshmirtz, that was crazy, man.
There is thing, but come on. They just look so dumb and fake.
Oh,
Yeah.
those aren't prosthetics. Those
Yeah.
are real hands.
Oh yeah, that is true.
From his family
yeah.
that he killed.
The dog too? The dog too? Okay.
To his face, and explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Okay.
While his use of Decay started off relatively weak, it rapidly increased in power and
Yeah,
rage.
with that description of knowing why the hands are there, it actually makes it a bit more terrifying, doesn't it?
As Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying also decays.
Spreading like an all-consuming miasma that can wipe out anything from an enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay reaches you, your only hope is to isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
Yep.
After years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time,
Even then, it's kind of hard to do that because how fast it started decaying people and things too, huh? Because like it got like real quick, like because like you had to go with that scene with Eraserhead where like it took forever just to break his arm, and then suddenly he's just touching people and they just vanish just like that. It's just like it's just like he didn't, and I was like he didn't need an Infinity Gauntlet to turn you to dust. And nor does it take forever either. Just that, and there you go.
Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero, All Might.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Yeah.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well...
Cringe! Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses gamer lingo unironically. He whines like a baby when things don't go his way. He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life, in front of normies.
But they say defeat is the greatest teacher of all.
Yeah.
Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right, as
Yeah,
all
like I feel like nobody liked Shigaraki or cared at first, but then they saw his character development and they really started liking him. Like I know I did. Like I didn't really think too much of him. I didn't hate him or anything, but I didn't think much of him. But then his character development, and I was like, oh yeah, I really like this dude.
All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud,
Go back to this.
His own as well.
these two
I don't know why this makes me laugh. Just the stark contrast between these two, man.
rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All For One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight,
Jesus,
and conquered
I
other
remember
villain
that.
organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All For One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko, who spent months upgrading Shigaraki.
Wasn't there like some kind of a what's it called? Wasn't there some type of controversy that came out with that dude? I don't know.
His body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation
Yeah.
vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd power.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky. We've calculated that before to be nearly 80 million megatons of TNT, almost as much as the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs.
And Shigaraki can now move fast enough that his body produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough enough to survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch.
Okay.
Now the new name for my penis. Over gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, it also made a blast so big, showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
Though he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough,
Oof.
he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So Decay became, oh shit,
Oh, Jesus.
more hands.
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate flesh into existence,
How fitting.
seemingly oceans of it in an instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close combat.
But that's
Yeah, the hand fetish is fitting.
nothing compared to Ujiko's greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All For One, so what better way than the old man's quirk?
All For One's quirk, All For One,
Yeah.
allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And All For One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Each quirk is connected to a memory of its user's essence in the form of a spirit, a vestige.
Kinda like a piece of their soul. They exist in this kinda psychic world in Shigaraki's body, and can even act as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges came quirks like super fast healing, air blast, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation of others, and the ability to track foes.
He can even combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However,
Oh
any
yeah, you got multiple quirks. Why would you not make combinations of them?
vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire.
Oh.
They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which
Oh.
is when the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All For One's vestige, that means All For One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last
jeez.
15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire
God.
existence was planned from the beginning.
Oh,
Why?
boy.
Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura,
Yeah.
Tenko's grandmother.
Yep.
Oh, that to mess with All Might. That is some next level hating right there.
He manipulated Shigaraki's entire life, all for one purpose: to create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All For One to take full control.
But All For One's possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top, literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process, all to fight his rival Deku one last time.
Despite Izuku's best efforts to save him, Shigaraki was too far gone. His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All For One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him.
Yeah. Nice.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions.
The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%.
Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash in non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth.
The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match and must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC. Ever since Cain slew his brother Abel and wetted his fields with his blood, man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
But what if this fear took on a life of its own?
What if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed, forming, over time, a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle?
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with a patch face, Mahito. Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal, though, but a cursed spirit. Innumerable spirits exist, weaker or stronger depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel about them.
Like the fear of locusts, kinda weak. Or the fear of smallpox, getting stronger. Or the fear of fire. Oh, goodbye, Tokyo.
So it follows that mankind's fear of itself would be extremely powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito, a being composed
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about these curses, that they get powered by like negativity. Yeah.
of cursed energy.
It's basically like evil ki. Cursed energy
You know, that's gonna make him stronger in the fight against Shigaraki, isn't it? Oh, jeez, yeah. Shigaraki's screwed, isn't he?
used to make spirits way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal human. And it's invisible, making curses like Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space, but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses insanely hard to get rid of, like ghosts, cockroaches.
Yeah, I think that's where that theory, or well, I guess it's not really too much of a theory. It's like, how does Shigaraki hurt him? Damn.
Or my ex. That's why you need a jujutsu sorcerer to come in and
Or not hurt him. How does he put him out?
I said the shit out of him. They call it exorcism, but I like the way I said it better.
Curses and sorcerers have battled each other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito was special. You see, most curses are basically dumb animals. But Mahito has so much cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world. In fact, they made Mahito their leader.
And even more frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball. If nothing matters, why not have fun with the slaughter? Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon character before slitting your throat.
An appropriate analogy, considering his curse technique, idle transfiguration.
Using his cursed energy, Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including his own. In fact, he's so good at manipulating his own soul that you can't even kill the bastard without directly targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens to the former affects the latter.
This lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shapeshift his body into literally anything he wants. Like Play-Doh, he can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like fish, reform his body around injuries, or even create clones.
Curse users are next.
Yeah, this. I might actually have to get back into watching JJK then, because I only watched like 3 episodes before just forgetting about watching it entirely, because Mahito actually sounds cool as hell, because I just love shape-shifting, man, and yeah.
Actually unharmed by their own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And since he's attacking your soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his
Yeah, and that guy that was talking about how this battle would go, yeah, that's pretty much how Shigaraki died in his explanation, yeah.
Isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
All that with one touch! God, I thought herpes was bad.
His powers mean Mahito treats humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines 2 transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity, essentially a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent. Ugh.
Mahito is unbelievably creative with his application of idle transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially amplifying its force by a factor of 2.5.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And will require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the domain expansion.
Oh, more hands! A domain is like a barrier of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idle transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
It's called the self-embodiment of perfection, the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's body and soul. The only time it ever failed was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because not only was Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, 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 he also had a curse inside of him.
The king of curses, Sukuna.
Which meant Mahito's ability affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that. No surprise, and kicked Mahito's ass, forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be cruel and meaningless. So he made it his mission to crush Yuji's spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally battering him before going in for the kill.
And he's got the strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly more powerful form. the instant body of distorted killing.
Good lord.
Complete with armored exoskeleton and armed blades, this was a taste of the almighty curse Mahito was growing into. A true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last. In a bitter battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. What do you know? Life suddenly became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
All that gleeful nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
For him, maybe, but Mahito found a convert in his archenemy. After a battle that wiped out thousands of innocent people, Yuji's youthful spirit was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exorcising this curse.
In a way, that was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another human being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees.
Yeah, yeah, Shigaraki screwed.
Hey, do you see that join button? Yeah, that one. That's your ticket to being a Death Battle champion. As a champion, you get all sorts of exclusive Death Battle content, like extra videos, live chats, and sending us your own matchup ideas. And the support helps us make even more Death Battle. So thank you for being a champion. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright, so I don't think Shigaraki's gonna win, so the best I'm gonna ask for in terms of rooting is that he does his best and inflicts as much damage as possible. And just, you know, goes out with a bang. Yeah. And well, that and I also hope for a really good fight, so yeah. And other than that, let's just get back into it. Alright, let's see this. They are all gonna die. Every single one of them. Yep, see? There you go.
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring them your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition.
Oh boy. He's got the no-moves. They're not gonna be able to do much, but damn! Oh, yep, there they go.
Game over. Did you actually just see that?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
God, how lame!
Oh boy. And now he's getting the jump meme. Oh.
Audition over. Did I get the part?
Oh boy.
Decay!
Oh boy. Is this it? Oh boy.
What a rush!
Oh Christ. And there he goes. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Oh.
That all you got?
No. Domain
expansion.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's over now.
I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy was mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Jesus. Hello? Oh, good.
Hands off my masterpiece.
Yeah, he does have that mental protection, that's for sure. I don't think that's gonna save him, but...
Your soul too.
Nope.
You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally
No way.
random. I hate them for a reason. You grow up.
No way. Alright, I'm happy. I don't know if that's accurate, but I'm happy. I think it has to do with the soul thing, because, I mean, if... Because, can he affect the soul? I don't know. I might have missed something, because if he can, then I don't know. I thought it was over the moment he got caught in that domain I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Someone in the comments will tell me whether it's accurate or not. That or just a whole argument will start. I don't know. It's Death Battle. It happens all the time. I don't know. Regardless, I'm happy with the fight.
What did I say, Wiz? Like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to figure out, which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories.
Okay.
Physical stats, survivability, and their powers.
But first, let's address one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different,
Yeah.
and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normally. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios. And with the Search quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki's scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
He was faster, too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yeah, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could heal any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via idle transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with idle transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks All For One had collected over all the years, but none that we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean idle transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of idle transfiguration. The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past.
Really?
Again, vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight
I mean, yeah, that'll do it, I guess.
him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki the third and final
Sorry for the cuts that are in the video. It's whenever the dog's barking.
edge. It was a unique duel to the death, but Shigaraki's overwhelming might, unstoppable powers, and deadly decay spelled the end for the disaster curse.
Nothing else to say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
The winner is Tomura Shigaraki.
Alright, who's next?
Next time on Death Battle.
Let's see. Oh boy. Who's he fighting? Oh,
Subscribe and join as a member to
oh boy, we're getting a remaster. Oh, that's gonna be great. Yeah, for those who don't know, Master Chief versus Doomslayer has been done before, but this will be interesting on how it goes next time. I feel like one of the main points they're going to bring up for that is the fact that Doomslayer basically defeated what is essentially God and the devil in his universe, but how strong do both of those scale up to other beings and other universes is the question, honestly. That's going to be the real question when it comes to that, in my opinion, yeah. Alright, time to look at the comments to see what they say about this and see whether it's accurate or not. I like this comment. My Hero Academia fans, I hope Shigaraki wins. JJK fans, I hope Mahito loses. Yeah, from what I've seen, the JJK fans do not like Mahito because he did a really good job at getting them to hate him. Yeah. Which, hey, that lets you know you made a good character. If you made a character good enough to where people absolutely hate him, you made a good one, in my opinion at least. I like this one too. My Hero Academia fans, wait, so we're rooting for Shigaraki? JJK fans, let's be honest, we're rooting against Mahito. Man, he really pissed off the JJK fandom, huh? Now I feel like I really gotta watch the anime. Like this one too. JJK and My Hero Academia fans shaking hands. Both of them wanted Mahito to die in a horrible beatdown. So is everyone just rooting for Shigaraki in this video then? Like, be honest, any JJK fans like that are watching this, were you all rooting for Shigaraki to win? Like, be honest with me. Mahito once again getting his victory foiled by a scary and powerful demon lord residing within his opponent's body. About a nickel for every time that happened. I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's cathartic that it happened twice. I like this one too. The ending was perfect. Don't get me wrong, I like Mahito more, but I was banking on Shiggy humiliating this man. Or do you actually like him more then? Because it don't sound like it. My Hero Academia and JJK having a 50% win rate sounds even to me. Do they? Okay, they don't, because My Hero Academia has been in 3 death battles, and All Might and Deku lost their death battles while Shigaraki won his. Okay, so that's like, what, 33.3? Yeah. Okay, I was trying to see if there was anything wrong with it. I couldn't find anything, so I guess it's accurate. So yeah, there we go. I was just curious if it was going to be another Omni-Man versus Bardock thing, because apparently that was pretty inaccurate, so yeah. But hey, I'm happy with it. It was a good video. I enjoyed the fight, and Shigaraki actually won, so yeah. I'm happy with it. I'm a happy boy. Alright, I'm gonna go and end the video now. So if you enjoyed it, check out the original video, which will be linked in the description below. Go support Death Battle for making this amazing video. Oh, they'll also be linked in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.